I'm live. I think I'm live. So I'm working on a video for the last few days, and it's been going uniquely. So the first couple days I managed to get the assets together, and then I put together the intro and the outro. And today I spent like around 5.5, 6 hours doing some pre-tape, some voiceover and stuff like that. And I didn't like any of it, so I scrapped all that. So I'm restarting that part of it tomorrow. Anyway, today we're talking secret sublabels. We're gonna deal with one in particular. Though I have to say, I've got a lot of Severin stuff to talk about as well, and we will be doing a Severin like video. Even got the old school Maya Door to Darkness here, so you would see that as well. But secret sublabels, how does that work exactly? Well, we all know sublabels, right? We've all seen Vinegar Syndrome's VSAs or VSUs or VSLs or VSPs or... Hey, Zammy, welcome, man. I am kind of hot right now because it's hot here, but okay. Hopefully things are going well with you. We've seen like stuff come from like Severin, Intervision, the the shot on video ones that they did, and the other sublabels that have come out of that. So I have in my collection a lot of things from Mill Creek, from when I reviewed for Mill Creek, and from before when I reviewed for Mill Creek. I used to buy a lot of their stuff. If you are a horror fan or a genre fan, then 9 tenths out of 10, when you started collecting, if you got into Vinegar Syndrome, if you got into Severin, you were probably getting Mill Creek first. And how do I know that? Because like most of you guys, I got a bunch of those 50 movie packs and 20 movie packs and 100 movie packs that had, if you go and look in the back to those, if you still have them, ones like the Chilling and editions like that, yeah, half your now fancy looking Vinegar Syndrome releases originally showed up on the on those, and like in varying quality at the time. Because when like Mill Creek had first gotten started, you go there and you look in the back, and all of a sudden you're looking at, wait a minute, this movie has like 10 movies that are in my Vinegar Syndrome collection. So they did something for a while that I really got into, and ended up going, and whenever I could, whenever I found them in the store, I would go and I would buy some, because the thing was, I reviewed for Mill Creek, so I had some that were sent me, but this whole thing started before I even did that, and I just really loved the look of them, and they were their kind of their VHS style of Blu-rays. So they did a bunch of different genres, a bunch of different titles, and they gave them these kind of VHS covers. So if you've ever collected MVD Rewind, or something along that lines, it was MVD Rewind before MVD Rewind came around. It just didn't have a little mini poster with it, but it was doing the VHS things kind of prior. And here is a bunch of them. I love the look that they have here. It looks like, if you are a VHS, if you're not a VHS person and you're not old enough to remember VHS, this may not mean much to you, but if you do know VHS and you see like the level of detail that's gone into making these things look the way they look on the side, then yeah, then you understand. This is a call to cinema. My name is Aaron. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, just like Subscription Sloth always tells you. And this is coffee and a movie, or in this case, a movie chat. So feel free to chat anything movie-wise. You got Severin questions. You have questions about Vinegar Syndrome. You have questions about the movies I'm showing. It's very open, very free flow. It's gonna be a quick video tonight, but I wanted to kind of come in, touch base, talk about some stuff, let you guys know kind of what's coming up with the channel. Hopefully, you have watched my second out and about for FNAC in Malaga, Spain, because, not to toot my own horn, but it's friggin' glorious, guys. You got to see a lot. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I showed a lot of movie titles off on that in that video. A lot of ones that I didn't manage to pick up because I didn't even realize till I left some of the cool titles that were there. And there were some that I had in my hands to buy, and I forgot them, and I didn't see them again until I'm scrubbing through and I'm watching the video and I'm doing the voiceover for it. So when you see me or when you hear me doing the voiceover for the Fnac shopping video number 2, which came out yesterday, hey Keg, welcome man. Then sometimes you hear like kind of a surprise in my voice, and that's because I'm watching it kind of live with, well, so my reaction is like, oh crap, I forgot to buy this movie, or oh crap, that's the movie I was looking for. I didn't see it, but now I can see it in the video as I'm going through. So I will say I do recommend Malaga and Marbella. They're wonderful areas in Spain, and definitely check them out. Oh, well, you probably watched it. I did the second. I put it up here yesterday, out and about from Malaga in Spain, the Fnac video, and it was more in depth than my last one. And because one of the things I got like comments on was I really liked the first Spain video. I wish it would have been more like movie footage. So the second one, as you know, because you watched it, has a lot more movie footage. And that was interesting because I was looking for FX and FX2 from Reel 1 because he put out a special like edition of it with like kind of bonuses and stuff. Because I picked up like Psycho 2, right? Like showed you guys that one. So I'm there. And I'm actually watching an Evolved Nature this week. Some things got pushed back, unfortunately. But when I watch an Evolved Nature, I know that for certain I'm trying to reach out to Jose, Master Chaos, actually, because he wants to be in that video. So that should be fun. Maxine, I haven't had a chance to see it. I'm really looking forward to Maxine. I'm trying not to hype it up too much for me because I know people are going to overhype it and then they're going to feel slightly disappointed, and I hate when that happens. But I'm really looking forward to an Avant Nature. I'm looking forward to doing the video with Jose as well. If you have not seen it yet, I am not the only person that's Media Hunting International. Master Chaos is as well, and he recently had a trip to Italy. It was a glorious trip. I recommend you check that video out because it's really, really good. And I actually chatted with him about it afterwards. I sent him a message because me and my better half were watching the video. I used to, not as much anymore, and it depends on the film and the company. So here's the thing: I live in Morocco right now, you know that, but I still get like sent like movie pass things and all that, and go to premieres type things, which I'm guessing, which I know Mesh Cast does because he lives in Los Angeles, right? I think it's Los Angeles, but I can't get to go to those. But I did used to get for certain films. I would get like Vimo things. So basically, companies would like, not every company sends you physical copies of films. If it's a really new film that's coming out, some companies they'd reach out to me and they'd send me a Vimo link, and I'd like get like an early watch before the movie hit physical media. And there's a few like that. There's an Alex Cox film that I directed, that I wish that I reviewed, that I got through through one of those like company links. There was God, there's a few. There was a horror film kind of comedy with Felissa Rose in it, but I think I didn't give the best review. Alex Cox, we know he is. But yeah, it was a Western film, but it was kind of like this unique, kind of really kind of experimental Western film, and it's got this like actually there's a portion like near the end of the film, like spoiler alert for a film I can't remember the name right now, but it's like a OK Corral type of thing, kind of but there's actually, it kind of blurs the line and actually shows like cars, vehicles coming into it. It wasn't Straight to Hell. It was prior to that. It's the one that it kind of ends with the with the cars and the stuff. You know Alex Cox well. Actually, then you can tell him. I can't remember the name right now, but and I don't have my thing there too. Like I don't have any cheat sheet to do it, but I really enjoyed that movie. Tombstone Rushmont. That's it. Thank you. Tombstone Rushmont. I really enjoyed that film, and it was really different. But it's Alex Cox, so you expect it to be different, right? I didn't know he mentioned you. That is awesome. Dude, I'm impressed. Long legs, I'm intrigued by. Long legs, I really want to see. No, it's still. I haven't spoken to Jamie Banks in a while, but I still consider him a good friend, and I'd love getting back in town sometime. But it's a really good time for films right now, for like genre films specifically, like horror. You got stuff like coming out, like different stuff, right? Like Maxine's, like any off like a successful trilogy, Involved in Nature, kind of an art house slasher film. You got those like him or hate him, those Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey stuff, right? And and the Terrifier films. People say, oh, there's so many remakes coming out, and there's all the, and it's just superhero movies, and it's just like other stuff. But like, you got like Kevin Costner making this magnum opus film. You got like the lower budget like people coming out and like making these amazing, like amazing horror films. I wish we would have got to make that. So it's an exciting time for movies for me, and unlike before, I now live in an area where we have a film festival. And so every November, except for last year I was in Canada, I do tend to go to the film festival. And, you know, people show up there. So like last year that I was there, we had like Jim Jarmusch there, we had Julia Ducournau, we had Jeremy Irons, and Julia Delphi, and a bunch of other people. The year they didn't get to go there, we had Martin Scorsese, and we had Mads Mikkelsen, who is incredible. Apparently, really nice guy. Paul Schrader shows sometimes, and a lot of movies get filmed here. So there's been a few times that I've been like walking down the road, and there'll be like a section of the street that's been sanctioned off because they're like shooting film there. I'm not sure what was shot, but something was recently shot in my area. And like literally like just when I walked down the road and turned the corner, not even like a quarter of a block away, just like 2 minutes away, something was shot there by the toy store. So I'm not quite sure where that was, but there was something shot there. People keep coming in and out. It's so strange. Like Cairns, but in Africa, yeah, exactly, North Africa. It does. I mean, I have my brother-in-law. He spent a lot of time when he was growing up in Cairns, so he'd just go to the film festival. And he'd like sneak in and stuff like that, and go see the movies. And he's a big movie aficionado, and I definitely want to have him on the channel sometime when he has the time to do it, because he's very busy. But him and my better half sister are both people. They have very like different tastes than me, and I definitely need to get them on because we were going to do like a Twin Peaks video together because he'd not watched Twin Peaks. Hey, Simone, welcome, man. Speaking of guys, I got to get on. Haven't had a chance to do much lately. I do apologize. I had planned to do more when it came to the reading photobomb. To the vinegar shrimp sale. Unfortunately, I didn't get into it as much, and I'll be honest with you, I actually didn't get into it as much. I looked at the sale, I was kind of on a couple things. I was hoping that the cinematograph was going to get me excited, but that was Last Embrace, and not sure if it's Cinema Dave or Keg, but Last Embrace was not one of the big things on my list. I'm here in Morocco, so I'm fairly close. So I would love to go there. I would love to go during film festival time, and just see everything there. I got to put that on my short list of places to go. I was talking to Mr. Cass last night, and we're talking about places that we want to go. And we listed like some places to each other. We said, okay, I would like to go see this place. I'd like to see this place. I mean, it's not memorable. I mean, and it's a shame because it's got all these, all the components to make for a memorable, really good thriller, right? You got Jonathan Demme directing it. So you got the guy from Silence of the Lambs, right? You've got Roy Scheider, like in the lead role. You got John Glover, who worked with him in 52 Pickup. And you're thinking, well, this is going to be film reviews are what I'm going to do most of. That's I like to do the live videos to chat back and forth, have people in and conversations, and do things with other people. Whether I got Malcolm on here, Cinema Dave, or Master Chaos, or like people like actually, but preferably for a lot of the stuff that I want to do. There are a lot of like pre-tape stuff that I want to do. So there are a lot of like reviews that I want to do. There's a lot of exploration I want to do. There's a lot of genre stuff that I want to do. There's a lot of visual essays that I want to do. And what some people don't know, but a lot of people do. At this point, like Malcolm, I'm gonna say that no, that I've been spending a lot of time, and hopefully it's showing in my videos, just like teaching myself more and doing like little editing classes and looking at things in animation and looking at different ways to cut things and different ways to scrub through and take things out and make better quality videos. This is kind of an off the cuff one, so this I still do like live, but creatively. Oh sure, it's actually, this comes from like a Jason to Manhattan, a Crystal Lake to Manhattan, like a DVD box set that was out. Came out with it had a translucent box set, and this was the mask that was inside of it. You see, it's only tiny, right? So it's in my face. Yeah. But I wonder if this will this fit at all? Let's just find it. Oh man, what's cool is because Jason is so hulking and he has the. This isn't too bad. I know I got creepy eyes, right? Shared to my dad, my mom, the kiddies tonight, everybody home and no, I did have, my kids got me like this really cool NECA mask. And I think we get the message at this point. But it was like one of those, the ones NECA ones, but it was the Friday 13th, the movie. Yeah, I know. You could have put it up there once. I got no problem with that. But like just spamming is when it gets a little bit annoying. But yeah, so I had like this this porcelain kind of glow in the dark, like the one from Friday the 13th video game, the NES video game, and I still got it, but it got the maids were fixing things up when I was in Canada the first time, and they were bringing it upstairs, and my better half suddenly hears this shatter, and I'm like, and she's like, she calls me that night. And I'm at my mom's, and she's like, I have to tell you something. Don't freak out. She said, I almost fired. Like that. I said, what happened? And they told me, and I was heartbroken because like my kids got that for me. You can't buy it anymore. At least I have not been able to find it since. So I've kept the one that I got from the kids. They also got me the the NECA like NES Jason figure as well. Back in the day when you opened it up, it would like play the music, right? Oh yeah, I've got some different memorabilia here, some stuff's autographed, stuff like that. A lot of my Doctor Who stuff's autographed. Vera Lambert, Tom Baker, all that kind of fun stuff. Hey, Alan, welcome, man. But one of the neat things about that is, and hopefully people enjoy it, is that I want to go into more of the pre-tape. I'll still do the lives. I just manage it as much because it takes time to do the lives. Hey, Nico, welcome. And well, that's not Nico. Yeah, some people need more, have the more to do with their lives, have a little bit too much time on their hands, and cannot use it constructively like we do, Cake. I kick his ass. I know where he lives. No. We know who these people are. But yeah, no. Hopefully Malcolm comes in tonight. It'd be nice to see him. I haven't been able to chat much in the last little bit. We had a nice conversation a couple days ago, but I've been doing a lot of stuff and I've been stressed from that. So not in a bad way. Like it's good stress too, right? So I've been just getting stuff done, and that's the thing. And this is what's key for me. Well, I still got to buy stuff. I'm like, but here's the thing. I have over 10,000 films in my collection. And there comes a point when and I want to look at what I've got. Does that mean I will stop buying? No, I won't stop buying. But I'll just, like, what I'm doing now is why I've moved over to, and I've said this on my channel, to what you call a curator. And I think with the when you get to the point of curation with your films, and you don't have to have a lot of films. You can have like a shelf of films. You can have like 1 or 2 films, but have stuff that you like. And a lot of people, like when they start out, when they go into it first, they get real excited. Trust me, I know. And you buy everything. And then you start to realize, okay, so what do I do with this? Am I going to watch this again? Is this what I really want? Is this where I want my collection to go? So for me, I'm at a point where I'm looking at the stuff that I got and say, okay, let's get to what I really want. Let's throw out the FOMO. Let's throw out the, I got to grab everything because I have to save every film. And have any updates about the supposed Arnold Schwarzenegger King Conan movie? Nothing. I haven't heard anything on it, man. Not in a while, which is not a good sign, Alan. My hopes is that for something like that, it's one of those things where yeah, that's the thing. It's later. It's harder. I think if a King Conan movie eventually gets done, unfortunately, I don't think it'll be Schwarzenegger. And now I'm all for a new Conan film, and like a good one. Hell, I love to see Call get done well, because we've only had one Call film, and see, Jason Momoa was perfect, but the film was okay. It wasn't like, it didn't capture the essence of Conan, for instance, in the way that either the first 2 Conan films, like Conan the Barbarian or Conan the Destroyer, which people rag on. Well, Conan the Destroyer is the most frigging like Conan the Barbarian, the comic book movie, like that's out there, right? The way I see it is like this: Conan the Barbarian first film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's savage sort of Conan. That's like the black and white, like more violent, has more nudity, like Conan films. Conan like comics. Hey, Malcolm, welcome, man. Um, the second film, Conan the Destroyer, that is more like the comic book, Conan the Barbarian, the color 32-page comic book that Marvel put out. So because it's still got Conan, he's still doing like brutal stuff, but it's brutal. It's a black and white magazine sort. So that's why I like put the two Conan films. And so Jason Momoa's Conan is kind of an in between, where it's not Conan the Destroyer, but it's not Conan the Barbarian. Um, so it's that's the kind of the, oh no, maybe, yeah, that is true, you do. See, I disagree with you on the Jason Momoa thing. I think he's good for those type of roles, and he's got like the physique for it. Like they had the Conan series too with Rafe, but I wasn't big on that. I don't know. I think they'd have. I kind of prefer like an unknown, and at the time, I guess Jason Momoa was kind of an unknown, right? Like most people knew Conan from at the time. Conan, sorry, I knew Jason Momoa from Baywatch, right? And Stargate Atlantis, right? It's here somewhere. But yeah, it's gotten to that spot where I'm in that happy place of just trying to. I spend a lot of time working on like one video. See, I like him because he loves Newfoundland, and watch Braving. You'll like him in that. Actually, he's really good in that one. And it's actually shot in St. John's. But Jason Momoa is he's an honorary Newfoundlander because he has that personality where he's can probably like sit at a bar and tell some good jokes and have a few beers. That, my friends, is Newfoundland. But yeah, this. I got called here, actually, I think. Now, this one is more bad casting. I get why they did it. Like, it's, Kevin Sorbo was big at the time for Hercules, and so he said, okay, we'll call. It's kind of similar. It's not at all. That's what you thought. I like the inside cover of this too. I freaking love these here. And the thing is, like, we all know he is not the best on social media, but when I met him in real life, in person, he was a very nice person. So I cannot take that away. He was very nice to me and my better half. Conan the Adventure TV series in HD. I remember Conan the Adventure. I liked. Is that the anime? Wait, are we talking about the animated Conan one, or are we talking about the Rafe one? My preferred one of shows like that was, and I was mentioning it the other day, was the Tarzan film, a Tarzan TV series, the one that kind of had a lot of the actual Tarzan novel stuff in it, like Peliculor and stuff like that. So Joe Lara, and the effects were kind of rubbish at the time, but they're good for the time. But they were nowadays you look back on them, it's like the effects were kind of like Sinbad. Remember the Sinbad series lasted for like 2 seasons? I actually like that. I like that show quite a bit actually. But it they actually changed the lead actress at the end of this, like in each season. So one lead actress, I think it was Meg in season 1, or she's in season 2. And Then the second season, because they're all like shot and like usually, well, they were not sure where they were shot, but most of them are co-produced Canadian ones. Hopefully it gets filmed. They should film it over here. Uh, the same place where, Game of Thrones and all that was filmed. Where one of the Mission Impossibles got filmed. Filming over in Morocco. It would make sense, you got like these areas. We got like these kind of lusher areas, then we got these desert areas. And depending on like where they're gonna place it. Like it was called, I'm not sure what called, because call's in Atlantis, and we're not exactly waterbound here, right? Well, we're close, I guess, if we go to Essaouira. My favorite musicals, oh God. My favorite is Grease 2. I love Grease 2. I'm not even joking. I used to, when I was a kid, when I was in high school, like it was my date test. And if I watched a movie with a girl and it was Grease 2 and she got it, then there was a second date. If she just hated it, there usually wasn't. Kids, right? But Rocky Horror Picture Show, Shock Treatment, Original Grease I like as well. Yeah, we did that one. School, did that one out of school. God, no, there's so many. Like, the thing is, like, I like a lot of Sondheim work, and there's unfortunately not all of those are filmed, right? So I love Company, and that's I guess Seven Brides for Seven Brothers is a great one. My dad loves that musical. Now that's more my dad. Like Rodgers and Hammerstein. I got a box set here. Me and my dad, I think, got the same set. I got a Rodgers and Hammerstein box set here, and a lot of good stuff. But I was, I grew up on like watching a lot of like these movies would come on like on CBC late night and stuff like that, and CBC afternoons on the weekends. So we see like a lot of Busby Berkeley stuff. Sing in the Rain was definitely one of those, one of my tops, because there'd be like certain ones like Sing in the Rain, Where's the Vase with Judy Garland, where I would, because that's again actor, would spend. Now I wouldn't just watch the movie. I'd like tape them off TV, or I'd rent them, and I'd watch them and rewatch them. So I would like, because I like the physicality of film and movement, and especially when it comes to musicals, I would do things where I would kind of try and memorize and be able to do like the Scarecrow dance or the Tin Woodsman, like in The Wizard of Oz. When hey, Alvin, welcome, man. No, that's a different girl. Like the girl from Grease 2 is very famous. It's Michelle Pfeiffer. You're thinking of Helen Slater. But yeah, so when my oldest girl, when she was a baby, when she just starting to walk, I'd go out with her outside, and I'd be out we had this road, no cars ever rarely came, so she'd be there on the side of the road, and like to keep her occupied, so that she wouldn't get bored or cry. I would do like the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman's like things from If I Only Had a Brain, If I Only Had a Heart from The Wizard of Oz. Would act them out, which was a lot of fun. I was much younger too, so I could I didn't mind like throwing myself about. But yeah, Grease 2. Now, speaking of the Judy Garland connection, Alan, Judy Garland's daughter, Lorna Luft, one of her daughters, is in Grease 2, and she the bowling scene in that one. For the song, we're going to score tonight, but Adrian Zmed sings it. So when she plays Pauline, and when she does the bowling, and she won't put the ball in her because she doesn't want to break her nails, right? That entire scene is improvised, and she actually does get, when you see the ball and it hits and she hits all the pins. She did hit all the pins. That wasn't someone come along hitting the pins afterwards. There wasn't like a cut shot where the what they did to make sure that she hit the pins. So we're just going to go with how it went, and luckily she did hit the pins. So there you go. I've been a massive fan of the movie for a long time, and for years people like hated on that film, and it was only when Drew Barrymore came out and admitted that it was one of her favorite movies, and I think that all came about because there's a documentary made about this dude that like kind of had a crush, like dating Drew Barrymore type thing, wanted to date Drew Barrymore. I made a documentary about it. That kind of became like kind of in the whole public zeitgeist of everything. Curly red-haired girl. Oh, you mean? God, maybe she was. Yeah, she played Lena. She played Lena's like. You're talking about that played Lena's sister, younger sister. I think so. I'd have to look, but I think you're right, actually. She's the one that's at the beginning of Grease 2 says, you know, when they're talking about it, when Paulette's talking about the whole, okay, I think, you know, guys prefer the Marilyn Monroe look because, you know, she's blonde, she's lower left. And the other girl says, no, I think guys like the Jackie Kennedy look. And because she, the one you're talking about, does the song with Peter French, "Let's Do It for Our Country," in the bunk. I told you I knew this musical. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that is her. I thought you were confusing the blonde leads. Say Grease. You and your porno spoofs, man. You and your I haven't. If that's a real one, I haven't seen it. Oh, I've seen a few of those Axel Braun things. You know, they put out some good films on these here. This movie made me cry. This one broke me. So I'll go through them real quick. So Grills in the Mist broke me. Like it broke me. I watched it when I was watching some other stuff, and I got super emotional. I guess the time I saw it. Then Heart and Soul, which I actually really dig. Next is one I really didn't get into that much. And it's kind of a joke because the joke is that Schwarzenegger tricked Stallone into making this film. That's Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Pandora's Box, that's a great one, man. So, but still, because it's one of those, it's got, I got it. Oh yeah, I bought this one. The Babe. No, I don't like stop motion. You do, you? I actually was not a big fan. And that is by the guy that did Grease, by the way. Robert Spotswood. Did he do Grease? No. He did Turner Hooch on that. Babe I liked. The next one, hey there, Alex, welcome, man. The next one I had issues with. And I think it's because these guys are so good. So, Kiefer Sutherland and Lou Diamond Phillips, they're so good. And this should be really, really good. Jamie Gertz is in this one as well. Bill Smitrovich, who is an incredible character actor, who has never really gotten his flowers. I think did some of his best work in Crime Story, Michael Mann. But I gotta be honest, Keg, I did not. I tried so hard. I could not get into Renegades. I wanted to. The Freshman, which I think I would have liked it to be more cheesy. I think that's part of it, which I did kind of dig. One that I really like, and for some reason it never gets talked about, and it's a shame, is Neighbors. So you have John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, and in this one they are playing the role that the other person would normally play. So they kind of give themselves, they challenge themselves. Uh, John Belushi does the, great taste, man. He plays Earl, and that's what would normally be a Dan Aykroyd role. And Dan Aykroyd plays Vic, which would normally be a John Belushi role. Of course, it's Kathy Moriarty, right? Yeah, this is the guy that did Rocky. Good memory, man. Bill Conti does the music, so that's incredible as well. Here's one that I love, and I found out last night that Siskel and Ebert kind of actually, easiest ones to get of all, Alex, these are actually from Mill Creek. Yeah. They're, they did these here VHS line. Look how they look like VHS. The VHS cover release, they did that line, and was pre-MVD Rewind too, so, it goes back before. Silent Rage. I'm a massive fan of this. So Silent Rage is of course, the Chuck Norris meets Michael Myers. Is pretty much what it is. And this was a really cool film. Now, get this. Siskel and Ebert hated a lot of horror films back in the day. Like it truly changed them. But Siskel and Ebert were iffy on this one. They almost liked it. They both liked how this film started. They loved the beginning of the film, and they liked the way that it was going. And for them, they thought it didn't stick the landing. I thought it did. I actually really liked this one. People thought there was going to be a sequel. I was glad there wasn't, because it seemed like one of those that ends just kind of with that kind of twisting. But you don't want to do. You want to just leave it there. Good guys were. Oh. And of course, I already showed you guys Cull, which is okay. I don't mind Cull. I don't think it's a great representation of the comic or the books, but that being said, it's a fun watch. It's something you put on. Speaking of fun watches, it's something you put on. Here's a movie that Siskel and Ebert called one of their worst films of 1983 or 84, 1984, I think. Because I saw this one in theater, by the way, just to let you guys know. I was so excited to get this one on Blu-ray. I am not even lying. Ted Wass is in this, of course, from Blossom, if you know that. But I love this film, because it's frigging like, it's Tanya Roberts, man. I just love these jungle films, these action films, stuff like that. Remember when she comes in on the zebra, and because Ted Wass, was a journalist guy, doesn't believe that that there's Sheena, Queen of the Jungle thing, with the guy, and she comes in, she rides in like on this zebra, which I think was a horse painted like a zebra, but anyway, so she rides in on zebra, and she brings like an elephant with her, and the elephant like is breaking through like this electric fence. A Quest for Fire is on theater. A favorite of mine because one, I love this music, and yeah, just I love blues, I love jazz. I'm a big music. I listen to all types of music, and I love Crossroads. I'm not sure if this was a big one for anyone else, but this was a constant rental for me. Ry Cooder did the music for this. I like Climb the Caber, actually. I like them both. Though Climb the Caber I saw later. It's Daryl Hannah and Climb the Caber. The music in this is so good. It is so good. And it's such an understated film. It's so well acted. Just amazingly well acted, and just wonderfully directed and produced. Oh, really? I just love this film. Okay. The kid may have grown up to be a bit on the crazy side. Not my favorite of these body switch movies, but I do like having all of them. And I got to rewatch this one. Actually, I haven't seen this one in a long time. Since I first got it. So that's Like Father, Like Son with Kirk Cameron and Dudley Moore. And I love me some Dudley Moore. Kirk Cameron, yeah. Dudley Moore, awesome. And last but not least, and I got more of these, just don't have them here right now. Some are at the farm, stuff like that. Is one that I dug, and I know a lot of people didn't like this movie. And, maybe it's just me, but I thought it was fun. My favorite body swap film, I liked, well, there's a classic, but and I liked 18 again too. A lot of people didn't like 18 again, but I'm a big Charlie Schlater fan. But I don't know. King Ralph. I actually loved King Ralph. And this, I have another one that I really dug, and it was like a, Malcolm should know this. It's kind of British comedy. I think it's British. It's sort of it's British main star. But it was a movie called Splitting Hairs, and I thought Splitting Hairs was bloody brilliant. Nobody else that I knew talked about it, or you might. It was an Eric Idle film, right? And it was just so much fun. Like I just had so much fun with Splitting Hairs, and I was always amazed that nobody had heard much about it. Actually, Soul Man is not as on PC as you might think, or as a lot of people, because people look at Soul Man, and they just on the surface of it. If you're like, you know anything about the film, and you look at the poster of the Soul Man, or you look at the trailer of the Soul Man, there's going to be a WTF moment, right? But this is a movie that had Radon Chang, and that had James Earl Jones. That's not true, actually, Malcolm. Comedy, there's comedy there of all types for everybody. And it's probably a lot more of the, what we would now would get like, oh no, this is too, they'd use the woke word for it. Because it's, he's learning a lesson, and he doesn't realize until he's there, and he's like, oh, no, this is not affecting anybody. Nobody else was going for this one, right? Let me know what you get if you get some. These usually go for really fairly cheap. I found them in my Sunrise Records for like, sometimes when they have the sales stuff, they go on as low as $5. So, but it depends, like on when you get them. But these here, they're cool. They look great in the shelf, and they're fun. Like they're pretty much feature free. But it's like just you want to sit back and watch a good movie. It's not going to cost a lot of money. And just enjoy it. Like not everyone there is a winner. Like obviously, I told you which ones I liked, which ones I didn't. But obviously, get the ones you like. Comedy should be. See, here's the thing. And sadly, he's not around to explain it better than I'm going to explain it right now. My favorite comedian of all time is George Carlin. And people, unfortunately, use George Carlin to make a point of, oh, you want me to make George Carlin comedy now. But the thing is that George Carlin would be the first person to call bullshit, because people try to divide. Oh, it's comedy that's PC, or it's comedy that's not PC. It's like, it's Your Highness, and it's Blazing Saddles. You couldn't make Blazing Saddles, couldn't any of that. You can do all of it now. But the thing is, all of the good stuff, like anything, most anything that not wouldn't do now, there's a reason we don't do it. Just because, not because it wouldn't, oh, it's not funny, just basically things change. Blazing Saddles would still be amazing now. Because Carlin understood that. Carlin understood that comedy was comedy. And that's what he wanted to do. Go out and say what he wanted to say. He cut through the BS. Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder, still to this day, is still a fantastic film. I'll go on that hill. Truck Thunder was an amazing film. It was a great film. And they looked at it, the script, and they said, what the hell? It's true. They did. Like, are we doing this? Like, yeah, there's no, we're not doing this. And you know what? Tropic Thunder turned out really well. And to this day, if you watch Tropic Thunder, it's still a damn good film. Soul Man looks like it's going to be this like super like, but it's not. If anything, some people may be a little bit bored with it because it's not as outrageous as say something like that you'd see. The difference between it is when you're going to make comedy, when you're going out to make real comedy, like a good comedy, you're Mel Brooks, okay? You're the early Zucker brothers, Abrams and Zucker, right? You're not going out to tiptoe around or purposely offend anybody. You're just going to make a movie to make people laugh. And that's what it is. If you rewatch it, because I have, Maddie, Soul Man's actually comes across like in like the late 80s or would be what we call a very special episode of a TV show, like when like everybody learns a lesson by the end of the film. And is not as like harsh as it's come off as being. It's actually pretty much, it's Radon Chong, James Earl Jones. Bad craps gets cut out in a time when it didn't get cut out very much. Were they really? I mean, they shouldn't have been. Because here's the thing. Well, everybody, not that they shouldn't have been. But the thing is that when you watch the film, and I recently watched it as well, like the tropes, right? All the things that are, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Yes, I am actually. I want to get Malcolm, actually. I haven't had a chance to chat with him yet. But, because I got a Severin video, actually, for the last 3 days. I've been working on a pre-tape Severin primer video. And I did a whole day of assets. I did a day, Alex, of like doing an intro and an outro, like just editing all that together. For lack of modesty, that was fucking brilliant. And today I filmed a whole lot of stuff. I didn't like any of it, so I trashed it all. And I got my intro, my outro, my assets. So I'm doing that tomorrow. So that's gonna be put out sometime this week. And I want to do a live one with Malcolm, if he's not busy, where we can actually chat about like the Severin films and all the announcements and go through the entirety of it. I've got everything down. I've got all my assets. I've got like a whole folder file for all the Severin titles and everything that's coming out, the prices, the bundles, and everything. So I'm going to be breaking everything down. For my intros, depends. Now for a lot of my stuff that I use now, I use iMovie, and so I'll do a lot of like intros, outros, a lot of in between stuff in iMovie. If I'm scrubbing a video to take other stuff out, that'd be a great video, I think, Malcolm. I want to chat with you afterwards, Malcolm. I'll give you I shall message you. My phone's almost dead, but I'll message you. I'll use another phone. But so I use OpenShot Editor on my Nitro 5 for scrubbing videos and like getting clips and stuff like that. And I use iMovie to put it together and to edit it. Eventually, when I feel comfortable enough that it's going to be worth my time and my money, what I will eventually want to do is I want to get Final Cut Pro. And that's when I feel, okay, I've mastered everything I can master on iMovie, and I want to hit to that next level. DaVinci Resolve, I've actually been very, very interested in as well. Final Cut just tends to be one that I wouldn't say I'm a techie, but I'm a little bit, like Malcolm knows this, actually, I'm a little bit more of a techie than I let on camera. So and I spent a lot of time doing this stuff. I did use DaVinci for a little bit. I'm not sure why I didn't keep using it. I got to go back because I used to have it on my computer, but I did stop using it for a reason. No, well, that's the thing. When Final Cut's about $500, I think $300 on sale. And but like mentioned earlier, like for the last year and a half, I've been teaching myself and like looking at videos and doing like little like courses on editing and animation and all this stuff. So when I feel I'm at that spot, okay, that because I want to do more. I want my videos to look better. I want my videos to be more. I want you guys to see progression in my video, and hopefully you have seen over the years, like just. But I want you to continue to see progression in my videos to get more professional. I want to do more things like visual essays. I want to do like reviews, all that type of stuff. But I want to treat myself, and when I do, I'll be treating myself to that. How much was the paid version of DaVinci Resolve? How many? Quick question, if you probably know, Alex. How many tracks can you go with that? I think with iMovie, I've done like 3. And that's not including the audio stuff or the picture-in-picture, that type of stuff. But I remember like I was doing Final Cut Pro, and I like around 5 or 6. Not Final Cut Pro. I had like OpenShot. I was using like 5 or 6 tracks, 8 tracks. Nice. If I'm buying my Blackmagic camera, ooh. But I love editing. So it can be a pain in the ass, and like it took me a whole day to, because if you're on my TikTok, the outro video that I'm using for the Severin video primer that I'm doing is going up tonight on my TikTok, and I had a lot of fun with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the intro video up yet, but it's kind of really, wow. I think you mentioned that actually. I eventually do. That's the thing, Keg, is I want to push myself to get, I will make myself get to that level, because as many people that know me know, in the reality of things, I'm a freaking perfectionist. And it's annoying because sometimes it stops me from doing things quicker. When I was doing the video for review, the video for the Volume 4, Columbia Classics Volume 4, right? Everybody and their mother had their videos and reviews and all that up. And I had like limitations because I was doing it from farther away. But still, the video itself, even after I had all that done, it took me a while because I kept going back and recutting things, and with different angles, different shots, different speeds, and I like this music, I don't like that music. That was like me all day today. That's the exact same thing. It's like, okay, no, this isn't right. I don't like this. But anyways, the secret sublabel for this time was the Vinegar Syndrome's sales just ended, guys. It was the Mill Creek's VHS cover slip label. And many of these, but one of the good things about like a lot of this stuff is the inside art is not the same. One of the complaints about a lot of slips for regular companies is that, oh, look, it'll be the same. The art will be the same on the inside, but it's not. And I really dig that. So there we go. My phone is at 12%. I didn't plan to make this long video, actually. But I will, I'll message you, Malcolm, actually, as soon as this ends. But I wish mine wasn't a problem. Money, like, money's not, well, it's not, never not a problem, but, um, yeah, it's just, it's, over the last little while, I've been thinking about things in a different way when it comes to my videos. Anyway, my name's Aaron. This has been the Call to Cinema. You guys are awesome. More like you came just as I'm leaving. I'm sorry. But my phone's at 12%, or I'd stay. Have an amazing night. We'll be on here live soon. Me and Malcolm are going to be talking about the Severance sale. It always does be live. It does. But that's why I'm going to challenge myself to make some more pre-tape videos where it's not too long. There's an upcoming Severance sale primer coming up, a pre-tape one if you can't stay for the live one, me and Malcolm are going to do. But either way, you see, as always, guys, it's great to sit down and talk to you guys, have a coffee, have a chat, and talk about a few good movies. See you next time.